Today I'm accompanied by brother Serafin the Midnight Bard. He's a wonderful friend of the channel and a fellow narrator, as well as an audiobook narrator as well. I attached a link to his channel as well as a link to his book that is more than you'll be bargaining for. It's such a great story narrated by him. It took me off guard, and it will take you off guard too. And with that being said, let's start off with the story. The Red Beast. Pygmin Manor. What have I become to stoop this slow? I watched him hanging from a noose in his old study room. His cold corpse swayed lightly from side to side, creating an eerie creak with every swing. The rope didn't kill him. The seashore did. The Red Beast. Whatever he saw after we traveled to that island changed him. It sure as hell changed me too. The Red Beast. I was given a choice, and I think I'm happy with my decision. The Red Beast. In my hand, I held a note. In his note, he wrote many things to describe it. I have a sketch of what I might have looked like according to his descriptions and what I saw. But I can't show it, for I fear anyone who looks upon it will end up like my professor. Axe Pygmin. Mr. Axe Pygmin was my history professor many years back. He was a strict teacher, but a good father to his children. Many times he tried to find a way to make sure I have failing marks, and many times I had to work smarter in order to get passing grades. I graduated with flying colors and worked as his personal assistant. I couldn't deny his job offer. The pay is really good, and this is probably the most stable job I have had in my 25 years of assistance. He bought a private island in his younger years, hoping to make a profit out of it. It failed. Instead, he received a warning from a strange local. It's said in some weird language called Jakan. I have never heard of their language before, nor have I seen it in history books. Mr. Pygmin took interest in the local and brought her to the States to learn English. She was an outcast of her tribe, and the chief gladly gave her away to him. A few years later, the local was able to speak her name in English. Her name was Rawam Agnum Nisem. It roughly translates to Roseflower. Eventually, Mr. Pygmin and Roseflower married. They had 2 children, both male. Both died in an accident at the age of 9. Or at least, that was what the news said. Mr. Pygmin knew it wasn't an accident. How could it be an accident? How could you get cut in half, have your legs shoved up your mouth, and call it an accident? Mr. Pygmin quit his job and demanded the truth from his wife, so she translated what she said many years ago. According to the notes I found on Mr. Pygmin's desk, it roughly translates to, "The Red Beast, young man. Beware the Red Beast." An excerpt from Mr. Pygmin's journal. Roseflower was exiled by the locals when she brought the Red Beast onto the island. She didn't mean to. She didn't even realize it. All it takes is a whisper to say its name, even if it wasn't on purpose. My Rose. My poor Rose. She told me about the night the Red Beast erased her tribe with fire, and all traces of their existence gone. She remembered the screams of agony pierce her ears, her family's bodies mutilated in ways even she cannot describe, only to be silenced. She couldn't figure out whether the Red Beast erased them or took them somewhere else. The only thing left is the sand on shore. She ran to the other tribes and warned them. Nobody believed her. They say her tribe doesn't exist. They told her she's insane and banished her into the cave where I found her. She tried to warn me, but I couldn't understand a word she says. Now I know the truth. Saying its name, whether its native tongue or in translated form, summons the creature. Once said, it can never be taken back. It's too late. The creature isn't an animal. It waits. It decides when you die and how. The sound of my beloved rose flower crying wrenched my gut. She cried for hours without stopping. I embraced her tightly, hoping she would feel better. Then I realized I'm only hugging tears. Rose flower is gone. There's only tears. And her voice forever looping inside my head. The Red Beast. For a very long time, Mr. Pygmin spent countless nights researching about the Red Beast. He piled his desk with numerous books on monsters and mythology. He takes frequent visits to the island to learn the local culture and religion. He writes his findings into anything he can grab, from old notebooks to even coffee mugs. However, I noticed one of Mr. Pygmin's notebooks only had one page. He must have torn it off and brought it with him on the island. The remaining page from one of Mr. Pygmin's notebooks. I found it. I don't know if I have what it takes, but I must do it. How did I get to the island? When I took the job, I thought all I had to do was clean up his paperwork or offer him coffee. No, we traveled to the Pygmin Manor, Mr. Pygmin's Asian retreat home, and took a boat to this picturesque island off the coast of Asia. The white sands was soft to the touch, the breeze coldly caressing my face, and nobody in sight. It looks like if heaven is a beach resort. Mr. Pygmin said that there used to be locals here. He contacted to meet them a few days before we got here. The Red Beast got him, he said to me while he looks at the evergreen palm trees. I had no idea about the Red Beast. All I know is that I'm getting paid to go with him. Then the ocean turned red. Multiple eyes floated into the surface. The palm trees near the shore bent and twisted to form an image of the Red Beast's face. The eyes. I looked into its eyes. Those eyes where all knowledge die. Those eyes that... I offer your sacrifice, Mr. Pygmin shouted at the top of his lungs. The Red Beast laughed. The ocean waves rise and fall erratically. The wind blows with the strength of a hurricane, and at exactly 2 seconds, it stopped. Kill me, but bring back my family, I beg you, said Mr. Pygmin. I was scared out of my wits the moment the ocean turned red, and I asked myself, Professor, what are you doing? The Red Beast looked into multiple different directions with his many eyes. The entity turned its head side to side, thinking of a response. It's as if nobody has ever offered to sacrifice themselves to him. He was stunned. Can't think of a response. Friend, when he returns my family, put them on the boat and bring them back to safety, Mr. Pygmin said to me. I couldn't hear what he said after that. All I see is an old man begging to a god. After moments of silence, the Red Beast told Mr. Pygmin to go away, but the old man kneeled before the Red Beast and cried as he begged for his family's return. A path to the sea opened behind me. The Red Beast whispered to me to either sacrifice myself and bring back Mr. Pygmin's family, or leave. I chose to leave. I ran away from Pygmin and the Red Beast as fast as possible. I went back to the boat, revved the engine, and moved as far as I could. The boat's engine died at the Pygmin Manor. The Red Beast voice looped in my head. I rushed to the stairs and I hid inside Mr. Pygmin's old study room. What have I become to stoop this low? As I racked my head to stop the voices, I looked up on the light in front of me. It wasn't the light, but Mr. Pygmin's corpse hanging from the ceiling. The red beast killed him and brought his corpse to me.
The old man convinced me to sacrifice him,
said the red beast.
I brought his family back to life, but you weren't there.
I gasped under my breath.
They're alive, but they're stuck in my island to be my playthings. Forever.
The red beast continued. I looked out the window to see that the boat sank into the depths, wrapped in the red beast's arms.
Don't come back to the island,
growled the red beast.
You've made your choice. Deal with it.
Then the red beast is gone. I shouted his name over and over again in the hopes of summoning him, but he wouldn't show up. It's too late. I've made my choice. I will live with it.